Hey guys, stay to the end of this video for a real good top tip when it comes to potassium permanganate. Hey YouTube, how you doing guys? It's been a while, sorry I haven't done any videos. We have got a few more subscribers as well, which is I think is really cool. So first of all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and watching the videos. It's just a bit of a bit of advice, something I do every day. You might have a problem, you can flick through the videos and hopefully find the answers. So today's topic is about Trichodina. Trichodina looks like this. So as you can imagine, if you've got a big outbreak of that all over your fish, it's going to cause a problem. So the parasite itself doesn't feed off the fish because it's not actually a parasite. Before you all jump in there in the comments, it's not a parasite, but it does live on the fish, but it doesn't feed off the fish. So you'll generally find it within your in your filter, your dirty old filter. So people with drums and stuff like that, you generally won't find Trichodina because it normally starts off within a really dirty, unclean filter, and then you clean the filter, and then it spits it out when you start your pump back up, and then it gets onto the fish. They don't lay eggs, they don't lay live offspring, they basically split in half. They just split in half, and as you can imagine, I mean, if you have a look at this short clip here, you can imagine just how irritating that is to the fish, and the amount of flicking and bouncing off the walls and all the rest of it. It's going to cause damage, so you need to treat it and treat it as quick as possible. To treat this, I use potassium permanganate, and it's the only real thing, apart from dipping koi or whatever, is that's the only real parasite or nuisance that I use potassium permanganate for. So yeah, you need to give it a full dose of potassium permanganate to your pond, mix it up, aerate it, follow the instructions. I wouldn't use kasuri because it's like Bisto gravy granules. I don't know why. I think a lot of people have been overdosing with it, and they've just made it like half the strength or something like that. So potassium permanganate is crystals. It's like a blood red, dark ruby red crystals. So I wouldn't use kasuri because you're going to have to keep adding it and keep adding it. The water needs to stay purple for 6 to 8 hours, and then you can use hydrogen peroxide to neutralise it. Now when I say neutralise it, it doesn't actually neutralise the potassium permanganate, it just takes the colour out of the water. So and when you put in your hydrogen peroxide, I dilute it in some water first because it's quite dangerous to fish. So for instance, if you're just tipping a whole bottle of hydrogen peroxide in and a fish swims past, it can kill off the scales. So yeah, it's not a parasite. It can destroy your whole fish, all your fish. Yeah, so you only need to treat once. Do a scrape a week later, and then you should be all in the clear. But what I would do first, before you treat, I mean, if you do a scrape or someone does a scrape and you find a massive, if you find one, don't worry about it. If you find an outbreak of them, then it's definitely worth treating. But what I would do first, if you've got like a box filter or a bay filter or whatever, sorry for picking my nose, itchy nose. What I would do is give your filter a good clean out first before you treat with potassium permanganate. That way, any bits and bobs, any more Trichodina that's in there, you're going to clean that out first, and then obviously when the potassium permanganate runs through it, that'll kill off the Trichodina. So yeah, we're going to make some more videos. I've got I'm going to do one on using a microscope. I know some people are like, well, anyone can use a microscope, but there are a few little things. There are a few little things that if you don't get right, you're not going to be able to see anything at all. So I'm going to make a little video for that for you next. That'll be coming up soon. And yeah, we're heading off back to Barbados. I didn't even finish the last video. I've just been so busy. I'm sorry, guys. We've got a few more subscribers, so all you guys that are subscribed, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you watching. If there's anything that you would like me to cover, just put it in the comments down there. You know, if there's a topic that you'd like me to talk about, if there's anything that you'd like me to film. I mean, I'm at every day doing this, all day, every day. So, but to me, it just seems a bit weird filming the stuff that I'm doing on a daily basis. So, I made this channel just to be informative, something that you can go back to. You know, if you've got problems, white spot, whatever, you can look through. The videos are there. We've got a big job coming up, big commercial job, a pond overhaul, new filters, lighting, rock edge, stuff like that. So I probably will film that, to be fair. So we're starting that later on this week, and I'm heading out to Barbados next week. But I'm only going there for a week. I've just got a few things to tie up and tidy up, so I'll be away for about 10 days, and then I'll be back. But while I'm there, I can still be making some videos for you, so it's all good. I'm back, and again, thanks for watching, guys. As promised, guys, top tip when it comes to potassium permanganate. Now, I use Kasuri products for pretty much everything. It's real good stuff. It's bomb-proof. It does the job. The only problem with Kasuri potassium permanganate is I think that a few people for a long time were overdosing with it, so they've changed it. So potassium permanganate is crystals. So the new stuff, well, the stuff that they've been bringing out over the last year is literally like Bisto gravy. They've obviously weakened it down. The dosage, I think people have been getting it wrong, and that's the reason for that. So here's an example of what I'm talking about. Okay, guys, so this is Kasuri potassium permanganate. Now, I'm not putting Kasuri down in any way because I love and use Kasuri products every day. So, but my point is, I think the problem has been, and their potassium permanganate hasn't been the same for over a year. And I think the problem is people have been overdosing. Whatever treatment you put in, you need to make sure you get your dosage right. So I think the problem was people were treating for, instead of per 1,000 gallons, which is written on the package, they were treating per 1,000 litres, and that would obviously kill your fish. So this is Kasuri potassium permanganate. Now, never used to be like that, and you'll see the difference between clover leaf. As you can see, those are potassium permanganate crystals, and this, well, this is, to me, it just looks like poppy seed. So yeah, so my point is, if you're going to treat your fish, you need to treat them once. And if you've called out someone like me, you know, and I put that treatment in of Kasuri, it's not going to get rid of Trichodina. Whereas if you treat with this, it's going to get rid of it first time, every time. And that is really the only thing that I use potassium permanganate for, apart from sterilising. You can dip koi with it as well. But like I say, guys, top tip for the day, don't use this. You may as well use this. Use this. Get the job done right. Cheers, guys. You take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and take care of your koi, and I'll see you in the next one.